year of trying to figure it out. Coffee cream glaze with a little coffee sugar on top.
Kind of like a roasted tea latte, so kind of like a matcha without the like earthiness, and it's slightly sweetened as well. So yesterday was probably one of the most stressful days in my life in a long time. Basically, we had to close early because we got shut down. So I mentioned this in the first vlog where I talked about the coffee pop-up, but basically we're just renting the space from our friend who owns a wine bar called Dear Gus Snack Bar in Vancouver. They have all the permits, the licenses, the health and safety checks, everything's clear. We just assumed because we are renting their space and their equipment that we would be covered as well. We're only operating on the days that they're closed, so that's why we're only open Sunday, Mondays. And honestly, it sounds a lot more dramatic than it is. Because the space is already zoned and permitted, it's a very, very quick procedure for us. So it's looking like we're just gonna be closed for one weekend, which honestly is not that terrible. We probably could use that break. But just the whole process of like the city officials coming in with their clipboards in their bag, it was just chaotic. Plus this weekend we were training 2 new staff members and it was just that was wild. Also, crazy timing. Yesterday we got shut down. We already had a viewing for our future possible build out like a few hours later. So we're like, is this a sign? Like, what is going on? Yeah, yesterday at the viewing, that was actually our second time viewing the space. This time we went in with our architects and general contractors to see, before we sign a lease, that it's a space where we could actually build and drill. And we're just really hoping that everything works out well for this space, because if this space gets approved, then we have to start our own official process of getting it permitted and the licenses and the inspections, etc. Which that in itself is just gonna be a whole nother beast of a shit show. So stay tuned. But yeah, like the timing of all of that was insane. Like the day that we viewed the other unit, we got shut down. This morning I was able to get a last minute appointment with the city and just kind of get started on the whole process. As I was sitting there for a bit, they were telling me how we might not be able to approve this because some parts of the city have single occupancy commercial zoning rules, and they just spent some time looking up if we fell in that jurisdiction. Thankfully we didn't, but the whole like city bureaucracies for small businesses is absolutely so fucking insane. Like, yes, I understand there needs to be rules and regulations for these things, but a lot of the times it just seems like it's done this way because it's always been done this way, you know? Like, it's such a broken system, things take so long. Thankfully, like I mentioned, the space is already zoned and permitted, so we were good to go. But imagine if this property fell into this random single occupancy commercial zoning rule. Then we just have to stop. Just because it is the way it is, you know? And, you know, a lot of like small business owners don't have the platform to kind of like speak up about these things. So I'm just happy that I'm able to do that at least. And yeah, when we do our own build out, I know it's just gonna get a lot worse. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna try and get a workout in today, get caught up in some admin, and it'll be good. But yeah, the plot just thickens. We got shut down. We got shut down. That's wild. This is just some cold brew, although it's absolutely freezing today. All right, let's go to the gym. what it is about kettlebell work, but it is such sneaky cardio. Like my heart rate just like, yeah, workout was good, feeling good. I think for lunch, we're gonna grab some ramen. It's gloomy, it's cold outside. It's ramen weather, you know? Here we are, folks. Water. How is tasty? Fried garlic. Did you eat anything at home? Thank you. How was ramen?
It was good.
Delicious.
It was really good.
Chicken noodle soup ramen, pretty much. Arahachi has the best chicken broth, Danbo for the best pork broth, and that's pretty much it.
The chashu at Dombo is a little bit
So
better.
now we're gonna go grab some coffee from another local small business coffee shop, also queer owned. Go support your local businesses. We need your support.
난 말을 뭐해 그렇게 아무 계획 없이 떠나볼래 다 내려놓고 괜찮을 거야 We'll be back 멀리 날아오리
Jasper. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hi, buddy. Hi. Jasper never gives kisses. Try and kiss Jasper. Doesn't like that. Amira. Oh. Oh. Friends off playing some hoopty ball. We are gonna make some lunch, and by making lunch, I mean heating up what we got at the Korean grocery store. Picked up this kimchi jjigae, which is a kimchi stew. Have no idea if it's any good, but let's try it out. Give that a good mix. I'm gonna add some extra tofu in there because I can and I like it. That is looking pretty good. I'm gonna plate up this kimbap, you know, make it a little bit nicer. Why not? Romanticize your food, folks. Even if it's just the bare minimum. Look how much better that looks. Wow. All right, quick little lunch break. We got our spicy pork kimbap. Let's try some of this kimchi stew. Not bad, but not great either. But yeah, it just seems like we can't catch a break. Now, first with the permits, but now with the investor that we had, you know, obviously we knew that like this wasn't gonna be an easy route, especially when you're, you know, playing on a different scale, but still, it's like, damn, you know, big picture, grand scheme of things, everything's fine. Like it's really not that big of a deal, but it's just like nothing is really kind of going smoothly, which I guess is just part of like that entrepreneurial life. And I've dealt with things not going smoothly before, whether it was like shipping delays, being held at customs for less shitty. You know, things rarely go right. But when it was just me, you know, I could deal with that. I couldn't really blame anyone else other than myself. Now there might be multiple people involved, also doing this with my partner Ryan. It's just a lot different. But I'm just really grateful that I am doing this with Ryan and that we're, you know, going through this together. If it was just me, I don't know. I don't know. I also seem to like always come back to this point where I'm like contemplating, did I chew off more than I could? Did I chew off more than I could bite? Did I bite off more than I could chew? Yes. Because whenever I like dive into a new project and it eventually becomes quite stressful, I always think like if I just kind of stayed and been doing what I've been always doing, I would have been a lot more comfortable. But knowing me, I know that I would have gotten very bored. So I never really regret anything like that, but I will say it is a very common thought that kind of comes back anytime things get really stressful. Should I have just stayed where I was kind of thing? Just been doing what I've always been doing. I just know that like deep down, this is what I want to be doing, and just kind of taking on new projects and sometimes taking on bigger risks. And I think it's quite normal that, you know, when you are taking bigger risks, to feel like imposter syndrome, or maybe feel that, oh, maybe you made a mistake or blah blah blah. So yeah, I'm just like allowing myself to feel all the feelings and just know that it's a part of the process, and at the same time like try and maintain as much of my routine as I can. Even when it comes to vlogging, you know, I've been letting that slip. Talking through this out loud with you guys helps me personally so much, and it allows me to conceptualize what I'm actually going through, not just like this clusterfuck of emotion in my brain. So yeah, I hope you guys are getting something out of this as much as I'm getting out of it. I wish I did a bit more during this vlog, but it's been so gloomy and cold. But spring is coming. That, folks, that's pretty much it for the vlog. Just wanted to say thank you for all the support in pretty much whatever I get myself into. Literally, none of this would have been possible without y'all's support. So I appreciate it. I'm definitely not gonna go to the gym today. Body's feeling quite sore, but maybe like a nice long walk. The weather's getting a little bit nicer. Sun's coming up, so we'll see. Look at this guy in his second bed. You want some tummy rub? Give Jasper another bed behind my desk because he likes to lay here, and he loves it. Hi, buddy.
Degrees and sunny, just the way I always wanted. Told but I got the upside.